Everybody, welcome to What the Flick, The Leftovers, 205, No Room at the Inn, Robert, Alonso.
This, I'm in big in favor of this episode.
Really?
Yeah, this one, but I had to watch it in a certain way to like it, and that is I realized that with certain episodes, and probably if I'd done this with previous episodes, I would have liked this show more. But when I watch this show and I just tell myself, let's pretend I've never seen another episode of this show, and I'm like reading a short story about this world and just seeing from this person's viewpoint.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a compelling show in that regard, and I think that's why I thought, what if I watched the show and didn't know anything about anything else? It would be like a really cool little strange oblique short story.
Well,
that's what this episode felt like.
I do like the shifting POV from week to week. I like that.
It's better when they do that. When we, I mean, and it kind of made me realize that Kevin's not that interesting a character. But like Christopher Eccleston, even with his weird his weird accent, which is not fully American, it's that weird British where I talk like this, very enunciated. But he's so you just feel for him so intensely.
I agree with you. I like his character. I like his performance a lot. This episode, I have to say, reminded me of the fact that as much as I like The Leftovers and as much as I'm on board with what they want to do, sometimes I kind of feel like, enough already. Like,
wow, so this is the one where you say enough already.
This is the one.
Wow,
because it's like, all right, to have Matt say that his favorite book of the Bible is Job, and that Job's wife doesn't have a name and she only gets one line and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, yes, great, I get it. But then to have him go at the end and become the scapegoat for the stockade, I'm like, we get it, show. We get it.
But to me, that was appropriate to me. I thought it was moving at the end that he just basically said, you know what, my job is to go amongst the people and try and be some sort of like unifying, healing person, and I'm going to do things that show people that you can sacrifice, and I that was actually kind of moving to me when he did that with the boy. I mean, seeing the boy in the bushes.
No, that was great. The thing with the kid and leaving and letting her stay, but taking care of the kid. I thought all that was wonderful. But the stocks, I just thought, oh, come on, that's. I mean, and the first time, because the first time they appear, he's going to get in them eventually.
Well, see, I didn't know that actually when we left the camp, and I didn't think that. I thought oh, he's safe now. He's and then he decides to go back, and I thought, yeah, that actually makes sense to me. It seemed like a surprise.
The second I saw those stocks, I thought he's going to get up there and he's going to become the sin eater, and it's I don't know. To me, it felt a little overdone.
There are aspects to that camp that definitely feel overdone.
I love, for example, the fact that the whole Brian thing is never explained.
And an actress who I recognized immediately.
Who was it?
Oh my gosh, this is fun. I brought my wife in to say who is that actress right there? That's Brett Butler.
Shut up. Wow.
Yeah, I recognized the face. I mean, she had such a distinctive face.
I know, she was familiar, but I didn't place it. I didn't look it up.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
And Brett Butler's been through a lot. I mean, she's been she's claimed homelessness before. She's had addiction problems. So it was really nice to see her, even looking as bad as she did, in a very
character.
A very nice, chewy, weird role.
Wow. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very proud of my character actor recognizing skills when I saw her immediately.
No, I love that sequence, and I love how sort of weirdly non sequitur-ish it was.
Sure.
And
yeah, I mean, you had to have stuff that makes him go what am I doing? What is going? I mean, the religious guy going but I mean, it was just all very moving to me what he went through in that episode. And
I think the whole travail. I mean, just the one thing after another. I mean, that. I thought that was really powerfully done in it, and it wasn't just oh, I'm having a shitty day. It was that there was more to it than that, and it sort of raised the whole issue of did she wake up? Is he insane?
Yeah, look, and it was the kind of self-contained story that didn't traffic in the what's the real story kind of stuff that I don't like about The Leftovers, where you want to know things and you're never going to get them. You just kind of think, here's this weird world, and here's a guy who because of just a look on his face and his wife, you know what his story is. You know what he wants and needs.
Yeah.
And they just told that particular story really well, and I just have to, it's to the point where when Kevin showed up, I'm like, no, I don't want to see people from I don't want to see people from the other plot. Although John is interesting.
Yes.
His interrogation.
And his face off at the end, I thought was great. Again, I think it was up until the stocks I was down with this.
Okay.
But the stocks just felt okay, yes, got it. We don't have to go this fucking literal with everything, you know. But no, other than that, I agree. It's a very powerful episode. I owned the 45 of that Bellamy Brothers song.
Yeah, that was on the K-Tail collection I had as a kid. That was played probably a good once or twice a day when I was 11 years old or like that.
Yeah, so you know, it's going to be fascinating.
Good use of Regina Spektor song too at the end, by the way.
Yes,
that was a very good use of that.
So you know, it'll be interesting to see, you know, will the baby be born? Will we find? Can he prove that she was awake enough to be consenting? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. Another character actor I didn't recognize, but I recognize was the guy who makes him sign the paper at the imaging clinic.
Yes, that actor.
I've seen that guy a bunch. He's really good.
He's always a reliable character actor. But like even though you know we're going to continue with these people, I just thought that even if I were never to see another episode of The Leftovers, I would think what the world they created that allowed them to tell the story in this it was worth it. It was yeah, I was very happy.
Yeah, no, I mean I think that the shifting perspective thing is kind of new this season. I mean, there were episodes last season where, you know, we'll cut over now and see what the sun is up to, and here's what these people are up to. But here you have sort of the same events through different prisms, which is a cool approach.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm feeling is like Kevin's story just isn't interesting to me anymore. But
I think he served a dramatic purpose as the police chief of that town,
right?
As somebody who would bear witness to a lot of different.
But
things.
him seeing
Patty
just is not interesting to me.
It's interesting to me because Patty's interesting to me.
Oh no,
she's making that
interesting. Dowd's great, but you know, it looks like next week we're going to probably be with John's wife. You know,
yeah,
Regina
I was going to say I fast forwarded through it, but it's like, oh, it's a Regina King week. I'm excited. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, and we'll break it down next week.